So, hey, this is a SENCUT BRONTE. Yeah, it's got green micarta, liner lock, pretty strong pocket clip, nice stonewash finish. I have just worked that edge, and so I thought, I think I'm going to run a video on this. Let's check it in real quick. I don't think it'll take long. It's a fairly basic knife. I've had this knife for quite a while, and I really like it. And it's been a while since I've been in here, so it is a simple knife and yet very functional, very lightweight. It's easy in and out of the pocket. The scales are comfortable in the hand. It's got these nice, I'm going to say, stainless steel liners inside the micarta. It's got a great action. The front flipper. I mean, we'll run through all that real quick, but let's get in here and wipe it down, get it lubed properly. Looks kind of dry. Yeah, it's all skeletonized, weight reduced. It's wonderful. It's got metal cage bearings. There's no oil lingering around in here, so I'm just going to wipe it down, clean it up, and then we'll put it back together. Run it through its paces. Give it a good what for, good once over. Yeah, lots of weight reduction here on the scale. Pretty nice. There's a little bit that's been done to this side. The micarta is really nice, soft, and I don't know, supple is probably the right word. Soft and supple. Doesn't seem like much of an appropriate word for knife banter, and I'm pretty sure this is 8 or 9CR18MOV steel. What's that say on there? And for the life of me, I'm pretty sure I see 8CR13MOV. But maybe that's 9. I think it's 9CR13MOV. Takes a nice edge, throws up a good burr on my belt system real quick. And so I'm able to get a pretty good edge on it without a lot of effort. Just a fairly simple run of progressive finer belts. And it polishes good, creates a nice edge, nice shiny edge, I guess is what I was going to say. It's got internal stop pins on the blade. It's a great feature. You can see where these bearings are having to cut their path on this stonewash finish. So, I mean, that's not optimum, I guess. Let's put just a little bit on that detent ball. I will say that I don't think there's anything required for this knife. Everything runs really well. Okay. Already working our way back to reassembly. Pretty simple stuff. There it is. There was plenty of tension on the screw, so I won't need to Loctite anything. I left a screw off, sure enough, didn't I? That internal scale screw, I left it off. It's got to be this little tiny one right here. Yep, right there. No worries. One step back, and then we will continue forward. It's got a little cutout in the scale to go over that screw because it does protrude. It'll stick out a little bit. The fuller on this knife works incredibly well. Like I say, sometimes some of the best knives are the simplest knives, right? And this one's pretty simple. There's not a lot complicated going on here. And thin blade stock. It's a slicer. It opens well. It's light. It carries really well. Good materials. Simple and functional knife. Let's check that for blade play. No, it's pretty solid. I think I'm a little tight on that detent. Let's try that. Okay, let's get rid of this stuff. And we'll do a check out. We're going to check it out and see what we think overall. Make sure. Yeah, pretty sturdy. So that fuller can be used for a thumb flick. Just minimum effort. You don't have to get it in exactly the right spot. You can go low for leverage, but actually it's not even great there. It's just there's plenty of room here. It's got a nice sharp edge. It's not sharp, but it's enough to catch your thumb on. The same fuller on the other side is great for the Spidey flick. Works wonderfully. Comes out of there with authority. And it's just the position of your hand on the knife, that flick of the finger, that thing just launches out of there. And then it's got the front flipper that, again, just runs wonderfully. Just super impressed with the opening of this knife. That front flipper, the jimping on it is really aggressive. It's nice and sharp, and it runs all the way up over the top. So it just makes for a perfect, get your thumb on it, and then just roll over the top, and that blade just goes home. So the action on this thing, I mean, it's going to get an A for sure. Maybe not an A plus, just because it's not completely drop shut, which I'm totally fine with. It doesn't have to, the rest of this action and how well it functions, man, I'll take that little bit of wiggle to go down. Yeah, this knife opens so well. Let's talk about ergonomics. So it's a 4-finger knife. There's plenty of hold here. There's no finger guard. So to me, that makes the knife really suspect for a self-defense opportunity. But it's got a really nice, sharp grip. It's just the right size for my hand, so I'm able to grab it really well. I am not, because of the lack of a finger guard, going to say that's a confident grip. So confident, very confident, not so much confident. I'm going to place this one down here because the risk of meeting resistance and sliding up over that blade with your hand and becoming a casualty is a real thing. But, I mean, in a pinch, I wouldn't hesitate to pull this. And there's enough of a impression here that you may have enough back pressure to manage some rear, like it's going to stop it here in your palm. So yeah, I mean, what I can tell you is that it is a really nice grip. I like it. The pocket clip pretty much disappears back there. The lock bar is easy to access, got some jimping on it, and it's lowered on this side just enough to get your thumb on there and make that move. The lockup is 50%. So really solid, confident lockup. Let's check that pocket clip out. Okay, front pocket, thick material. The thick material is getting under there, and then completely deep carry. The knife has disappeared in the pocket, and it runs well even on that really thick material. So of course the rule of thumb is if it runs well here, this jean thickness material is a shoe-in. Lots of tension on there, so it grips. It's going to stay wherever you put it. This rear pocket on this front corner, this outside corner is where I carry, and it's just, man, that knife is perfect right there. Got the reveal of the clip, but it is secure in that pocket, and yet one hand in and out. Yeah, pocket clip's a winner. Let's check it for safety. Make sure that in the pocket, we're not going to contact the blade or the tip and cut ourselves. So yeah, no contact here through the back. That tip is just off of that roller spacer, that barrel spacer. So there's no contacting that either. So the knife is plenty safe. Like I say, I just profiled this. Let's see what's going on with the sharpness. This blade is really thin. That 9CR takes a wonderful edge, and it's just a little toothy, but super razor blade sharp. Like I say, it kind of, through my belt system, comes out nice and polished. The only thing with polishing this knife is maintaining that wonderful tip right there. Got to be careful because it's, with a belt system or honestly any sharpener, it would be easy to roll that fine tip point. So there's some care that has to go into that. Nice choil in the back, going to get some sharpenings out of it before you create a smile. So it's just, man, it's a great profile all the way around. And like I say, easy to sharpen. On my system, this thing racks up a burr pretty quick. And then it's just a matter of a few passes on different progressive belts, either way, to the final belt. I wonder if this camera will pick up how razor blade sharp this thing is. Just pop hairs with the lightest of pressure. See him? Wow, look at him. I mean, just touching the hairs, not digging the skin, but like a razor blade should, just touching the hairs with this thing. This thing is razor blade sharp. So let's talk about price and availability. So I bought this way back in the day, same day Amazon purchase, and it's still available there. I think it's like $44. And that's for same day, next day delivery. So if you're interested in one of these, click the link below. And depending on where you live, I know in my market, if I order this, there's a really good chance that I'll have it at my house in less than 24 hours. So yeah, SENCUT BRONTE. What a neat little budget knife. And it's 9CR18MOV. That's the steel that's going on there. So, yeah. Anyways, appreciate you watching.